hat off, get the garment on, get to business. First and foremost, take your shit off. Give all praise on and go to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, Bashem Al-Takadash. But honestly, the elders and apostles, a great millstone, GMS, to do rule, teach well. We are going to these precepts today. Get into these articles. We're going to focus a lot on the earthquake. Everyone's tweaking out about the earthquake, you know, that just hit and why. So we're gonna go into it. We're watching the controlled demolition of this society, the downfall of the society, which was self-propagated, you know, and that really goes into like Isaiah 37. America's still that virgin kingdom was never taken down by another nation. Forgive me if my voice is gonna be hoarse. You know, I didn't drink any water before coming out here. Yeah, not to fast right there. I just left my water bottle at home and I was like, oh shit. But we're just gonna go into it today. I tried to go buy a bottle from the store, and that shit was $4. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna keep my $4 fucking dollars, man. And I'm just gonna, you know, deal with it. So, well, you know, I survive now. You know, fucking faint or something on the way home. You know, I'm not saying it to be facetious or anything like that serious. I'll be alright, because I'm not about to pay $5 for a fucking tiny ass bottle of water. Just gonna get into it. You wanna fuck with us, laugh, like they always fucking do. You know, let them laugh. Let these niggas laugh, bro. At the end of the day, we gonna be, you know, getting this money in the spirit. You know, everyone was given their talent. You gotta go flip it. You know. So that people may say or whatever, we gotta stand out here, stand on our watch. This is gonna take some time to load, so we go run into some stuff, run into some scriptures, things I was thinking about. Cause everybody's tripping. Oh my God, the earthquake. You know, I was watching the other brother Amawang Gabar last night. You know, I was supposed to be going to bed, but I stayed up and I wanted to watch his videos and watch some other videos before, you know, going to sleep. And you know, he was talking about how, you know, when the earthquake happened, everyone was calling him. And the same shit happened to me too. Everyone was calling me, saying, yo, you alright, you alright. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. You know, I text some people, you know, and then that was that. I wasn't sitting on the phone for like an hour, you know. I was in the gym when it first came down. That's the book of Isaiah chapter 30, verse 20, Isaiah 30 and 20. Though the Lord give you the better adversity in the world of affliction, yet not shall thy teachers be removed to a corner anymore, but the eye shall see thy teachers. So your teachers are going to be out here. And the teachers are us, the men of GMS. They're out here pushing out his truth and his doctrine. And we're the teachers. You No one else in this world is teaching you this stuff. We told you a million times, Matthew 24, Luke 21, that there will be earthquakes. We told you the prophecies, and everyone, they looked at us, he said, ah, man, you joking. But we've been talking about earthquakes for the longest time, and then finally one happens, now everyone starts bugging out. This ain't nothing new. This ain't nothing new, Oh my God, it's an earthquake, oh my gosh, There's nothing surprising to us, and worse stuff is gonna happen in the city, man. We're seeing people getting stabbed. They entering the turnstile, getting stabbed up. People getting robbed. Women getting punched randomly in the street. It's only gonna get worse for the city. So everyone coming over here to the city thinking shit is good, you're just gonna be worse off. At the end of the day. Let's go into it. This nigga tweaking, bro. This nigga walking down the fucking street. This nigga tweaking, bro. What is good? Oh man, that's making me think of that scripture, man. There'd be spirits created for vengeance, man. This dude probably gonna go run over here and stab somebody, man. I don't know. This dude walked in, like across the whole street like it was nothing. Alright, let's get into this news. Right? So I think this is CBS. Give it a second, let it load up. While that's loading, we can keep talking, we keep going to other stuff. So this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 28. Let's get it. Jeremiah chapter 28, verse 8. Nevertheless, verse 7, nevertheless hear thou now this word that speak in thine ears, in the ears of all the people, right? Because we focus, we speak on our people, speak to our people, we also tell the heathen of their judgment, right? Jeremiah 28 and 8, the cross have been before me and before thee of old, prophesied against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. Exactly, so that's what we're doing. We out here prophesying against this great kingdom here in America and telling you that, yo, this earthquake is just the beginning, man. Everyone out here bugging out over a little earthquake, which the earthquake wasn't even that bad. No buildings fell, nothing happened. But everyone is bugging out over the earthquake, like the brother brought out, which we're going to get into that later on, everyone is be like, oh my gosh. Like even my mom said, oh, well, now everyone knows shit could change real quick. And I'm like, she's right about that. She's right about that. I don't tell her about the truth. I made her think that I'm not involved in it. Actually, she thinks I'm at the gym right now, because, what I'm saying? I can't be telling people that I'm out here. I really do try not to lie to people, but I can't let anyone know that I be out here, man. I try not to. Now, if they catch me out here, and they happen to drive by, dude, I'm just cooked. Then I'm cooked, for real. And that's, I just gotta do it, So, but when that doesn't happen, it hasn't happened yet. So CBS News, New York, aftershocks from northeast earthquake could continue for a week, seismologists say, right? So, it's by John Diaz, Alicia Reed, Mark Cruzan, updated 8/06/2024, which was yesterday. So aftershocks in the New York City area could continue for a week after one of the East Coast strongest earthquakes in 100 years, right, which the epicenter was in, what was it, New Jersey? Something New Jersey. I can't remember where it was, but yeah. The magnitude earthquake centered in Reddington Township, New Jersey, rattled homes and buildings across the Northeast at 10:23 a.m. Friday, according to U.S. Geological Survey. Right, the earthquake was followed by 32 aftershocks, including one 3.8 almost 7.5 hours later. All the aftershocks were sent to New Jersey but were felt across the East Coast. Seismologists expect more aftershocks over the next week, especially near the epicenter. All right, so more earthquakes, more aftershocks are gonna come, for a week. More minor little shakes, right?
While aftershocks are concerned for this first 24, 36, 72-hour period out to about a week, the entire East Coast is a seismically active area. Most of the earthquakes are relatively small, said Dax Soul, a seismologist and professor at Queens College. Right, and of course there was no collapses, there was no deaths, no one died because of the earthquake, nothing happened. Right, but everyone was bugging out like it was the end of the world. You know, now people bugging out about something small like that. You know, people really gonna go crazy when the famines come, when the martial law comes, and when shit really starts to hit the fan. You know? So let's go get into it. Let's get to Luke 21:11 real quick. We're gonna go through these. This is the book of Luke, chapter 21. Right? Luke chapter 21, verse 10. He said unto them, nation shall rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom, right? We just saw that recently with what the Crocus Opera Hall, whatever Opera Hall in Russia getting attacked, and now the United States is implicated in it. You know, so you think, hey, how's it going, bro? No, I'm not on. You're not on here, man. It's just me. What's up? Yeah, it's just me, man. Why would I record you guys, man? What is it? What is it to see? There's nothing to see with y'all, man. Y'all just doing your thing. You know? Yeah, but that guy was like some messing me. I ain't messing with nobody, man. You know? While watching him, man. Right? Luke 21:11, right? And great nations shall be in diverse places, and famines and pestilences and fearful sights, and great signs shall there be from heaven. Right? So great signs there shall be from heaven. You know what you're seeing right now, man. You're seeing the eclipse is gonna come in tomorrow. Everybody's tweaking out about that. They're saying, oh my gosh, you need to have 2 weeks worth of food. You need to watch out for heavy traffic. But I think that most of the people are really gonna be trying to dip out and try to go upstate to see it. I don't think you're really gonna be able to see the eclipse like that from you know, over here in the city. But you know, people are bugging out over the eclipse, and there's been a million eclipses. They happen all the time. But people are really bugging out about this one, so they're definitely gonna do something during this eclipse. You know, maybe there's gonna be a terror attack or a bombing, or maybe there's gonna be a earthquake or something, another one that they'll do this time themselves. You know, or maybe it'll be something. Or something's gonna happen. You know. Let's see if there's any more here. This is the book of 2 Timothy. Be useful us. Give me a second. That's how you handle people, by the way, man. See, I said, no, man, I'm recording you, man. There ain't nothing to record over here, man. You know, there's nothing to see with y'all people, man. Let's see. This is 1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 31. No, this isn't what I want. I might be thinking about Thessalonians. I get this one all the time. Well, we get this one all the time. These really brothers get everything all the time because we all get into different things. Bring up more things in different places. Let's see if I can find this is, man. I can't find it. Yeah, that's just the problem with like these Pauline scriptures. They're kind of short and they're tucked away between other books. It's kind of hard to find them sometimes. Oh, I guess I could get Ephesians. Ephesians would be it. It's the same thing essentially. It's the book of it's the book of Ephesians chapter 5, verse verse 16. See that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. Now, you go into the word redeeming the time, you go into that word redeeming, it pretty much means to make the most out of a certain time period. You know, that's what we're doing. We're making the most out of this time period right now. This is the time to get right. You know, so we really, you know, we fasting, we reading, we get into these scriptures. You know, we all here telling the people of their judgment. You know, we're telling our people that you got to get right. You know, that's all it is. It's simple as that. It's not difficult to understand. You know. And these days are evil. You know, like we just saw that earthquake. As I said, there's been no deaths reported and whatever because of the earthquake. You know, people die every day. You know, like you read about that Habakkuk 2nd chapter. You know, there's hell, there's death. They can't be satisfied. You know, because the earth always takes people up. People die every day. You know. There's another one I want to get. It's in Luke, Sirach 11. So we're gonna go into all this real quick. It's the book of Sirach, chapter 11, verse 25. Yeah, start here. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 11, verse 22. The blessing of the Lord is in the reward of the godly, and so he maketh his blessing to flourish, right? And we can notice that in our lives. When you pray for something, the Lord bring it to you. You know, it flourishes your life, man. That only comes to men that are really trying. You know, we all do that. You know, I'm not going to speak in specifics. We all have certain things we deal with. We pray, and the Lord deliver us out of that. You know, different afflictions or whatever, right? Say not, what profit is there of my service, and what good things shall I have thereafter? Right? So don't be always concerned about that. Don't be concerned about, man, what the hell am I out here for, man? You know, you're gonna get your reward later. You know, we go into this a million times. If you don't understand it, you just gotta go into it more. You know, until you get it. You know. But you're not gonna get your reward on this side, you know. You get your reward, you know, more willing, you know, you're being up in the chariots, and you brothers out there that are sincere. You know, there's a lot of weird guys out there, you know. You don't got GMS in the title, you know. I talk about affiliates. Some of y'all are weird. Some of y'all do some weird shit. You know, take them on, right? Verse 25. In the day of prosperity, there's a forgetfulness of affliction. In the day of affliction, there is no more remembrance of prosperity. Exactly. So in the day of prosperity, right, now that the eclipse is over with, no one's talking about it no more. It's business as usual. There's people out here doing the same shit. You know, they get the little earthquake happens, everyone's shook up. They're like, oh my gosh, life is over, the world is ending. Right? And look what happens the next day. Everyone's going back to partying, and everyone's going to go back to sinning and doing what they do. You know? Because they don't care at the end of the day. You know, and nothing changes. You know, we get affliction after affliction, earthquake after earthquake. There's going to be terror attacks. And the people still aren't going to change, man, at the end of the day. You know? I'm saying the people as a whole, you know, we got some of our people that come back. But, you know, like I'm one the bar brought out, he was like, you know, it's gonna take a lot more for these people to really start to get shook up and be like, oh man, I want to start learning the truth now. But by the time that happens, it's gonna be too late. Bro's gonna be off the streets, and it's over with. It's over with. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 20. Revelation 9, verse 20. The rest of the men which were not killed by these plagues, right, which was nuclear missiles. Ye repented not of the works of their hands, that they should not worship devils and idols of gold and silver and brass and stone and wood, which neither can see, nor hear, nor walk. Right? That's the people worship. The people worship demons. All that Santeria, you know, voodoo, all that weird shit our people are involved in, Egyptology. These people out here, they all worshiping demons. You know, those aren't real. You know, I'm not worshiping the Most High, worshiping demons. Right? Neither repent the day of their murders, nor their sorceries, nor their fornication, nor their thefts. Right? So even in the end, when the missiles are coming down, the people still aren't going to repent. But people still aren't going to be like, oh man, I did wrong, man. No, because at the end of the day, these people out here, they don't see what they're doing as wrong. They just see themselves as living. You know, what they do is having sex with another man's wife, you know, or eating pork, shrimp, lobster, you know, or being a degenerate. That's just life to them. That's just breathing to them. You know? But us, we'll call out of that. Right? We can go ahead and get this one. You know? Gotta go back and forth with it. This is the book of Sirach, 2nd Ezra chapter 16, verse 17. Right, woe is me, who would live with me in those days, right? Ezra, he knew that he would be alive in those days. You know, he's a, you know, what do you call it? Reincarnation. I was about to say resurrection, but reincarnation. You know, or they say there's a word of what you say in the Greek. Y'all should talk about it. At the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, at the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils, what shall I do when these evils shall come? Right? And there's all kinds of pestilences happening all over the world, you know, happening all over the world. You know, focusing here in the United States, you know that in Texas, let me make sure this is visible. I don't want it to go away with the wind. You know, out there in Texas, you know, the migrants at a migrant shelter, they're starting to get tuberculosis, you know, which I think can be transmitted human to human. You know, so these migrants are coming over. I think they also have measles, which I think that's also be able to pass that on. So these migrants are coming over here, they have diseases, and they're passing diseases on to the people, you know, and now they have to quarantine them and do all this stuff with them, you know, which, something else is going to come, man. There's going to be another virus. There's going to be another disease or something, and it's just going to wreak havoc on these people because these people aren't prepared for it. You know, they just think shit is sweet out here, man. That life is going to be good and that they can just continue doing what the hell they want to do. You know? Right? Verse 20, but for all these things they should not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. Right? A scourge is something that's supposed to cause pain. You know, it's a rough thing. You know, I'd say I'm gonna scourge you. Like in games, they got moves like that in video games, scourge. You know, it's like something that's gonna hurt you. It's harmful. But these things are supposed to get the people to turn back. You know, these things are supposed to get the people to change their ways, but the people aren't gonna change. They're gonna keep doing their same bullshit. You know, I bet you while the earthquake happened, someone was probably committing adultery right there. You know, and that's pretty much what it's gonna be. People aren't gonna switch. They're not gonna change. Right? Let's see here. Man, actually, I forgot about this. No, I keep reading on. Verse 21. Behold, victory shall be so good cheap upon earth that they should think themselves to be in good case, and even then shall evils go upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. Exactly. So people thinking shit is good out here, but tomorrow when that eclipse happens, it's gonna be confusion. You know, I'm actually interested in seeing what's going to go down. I'm going to be glued to my seat. You know, as soon as I come home and I wrap up my day and I'm done, you know, doing my little workout and whatever, man, I'm going to go check it out. You know, I'm going to go, you know, read the news and be glued in, you know, see what's going to happen, right? And, yeah, so I'll just read the next one, just to read it. For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish because of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. Alright, so that's what's going to happen. It's going to be great death coming in those days that we're coming into Jacob's trouble. You know, people are going to be dying left and right, you know. And these people aren't ready for it. The people aren't ready for the earthquake. You know, one little earthquake and then everyone's jumping out their seat. Everyone's jumping out their house. Everyone's recording on it and making it seem like, oh my gosh, you know. And meanwhile, us, you know, we knew this was going to happen. You know, we're not surprised about no earthquake. You know, we're expecting worse earthquakes to happen. You know. So in next article I'm going to bring out, focusing on a lot of local news. We already know about the whole thing going on with Iran and the Iran conflict being bombs. That's going to move us close towards World War III. I think Blinken, if I'm correct, he vowed to allow Ukraine to join NATO, which NATO is, a garbage alliance. At the end of the day, it's just going to bring us closer to war, not further from it. That's all they've done, But this is CBSNews.com. This is how NYC congestion prices can impact you after passing the MTA vote, right? So this is what's going on now. Congestion pricing inside, the inner city, inside New York City. So New York City's congestion pricing plan got final approval from MTA Wednesday. Is what you need to know, right? I think this is actually come into effect in June, right? So congestion pricing is a fee to enter Manhattan Central Business District, right? Which is part of where I'm at. You got Midtown and everything. Congestion pricing is a fee to enter Manhattan Central Business District. That's an effort by the MTA to ease both traffic congestion and raise much-needed funds to support mass transit. New York City's subway system is more than 100 years old, and the MTA is hoping that by raising funds from the congestion pricing, it will enable them to pursue important projects like revamping the subway signal system, right? So the New York City MTA, they're gonna charge people for entering into the business district in Manhattan, right? But then you still got crime on the subway. So what's the change? You're not gonna stop bringing migrants, these criminals into the country, and it's not going to change nothing. People are still going to get stabbed up on the train, and shit is still going to be going down. Enable them, right, to pursue important projects, like revamping the subway signal system, which they believe will improve subway service during rush hour with big trains less crowded by running trains closer together. Other high-cost projects, MP's eyeing including electrifying the bus system, extending. When you make buses electric, it makes them slower actually. When you go into it, they're slower. They're a little bit slower. And they can't travel as long distances as well too. Anything electric, and then you gotta have them charge up too. So, are you gonna make charging stations? Exactly. So congestion pricing map. They showed you a map right here, right? You got Midtown, you got Lower East Side, Lower West Side, all that. You know what I mean? We got FDR Drive, Williamsburg Bridge, Manhattan Bridge, right? All that is going to be, within the congestion pricing zone. So it's just going to be more stuff to take money away from the people, right? And think about it. How the trucks? How do we get the food in the city, right? We don't grow shit down here, You get all the food from like upstate, like Ohio, and out in the Midwest, So if you have congestion prices, that's just going to bring up the prices of food even more, So with the fees, drivers that actually pay a $15 toll to enter Manhattan below 60th Street, right? Which is just going to reroute traffic. People are just going to go further north to go into Manhattan, or just hang around there. The toll will be enforced via license plate scanners, 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. on weekdays, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. on weekends. Motorcycles will pay $7.50 during the day to enter the zone. So all the tolls are as follows, right? We don't gotta read all these, but And then you got school buses that are exempt, commuter vans are exempt from congestion pricing, buses are exempted from congestion prices, right? Government vehicles, of course, right? So when will congestion pricing start? The MTA is hoping congestion pricing will start in June, but it first has to contend with several ongoing lawsuits. Court hearings are scheduled for April 3rd and 4th in New Jersey, followed by May 17th in Manhattan, among the various groups that challenge congestion pricing. New Jersey lawmakers filed suit claiming to be a burden on those in the Garden State. In New York City, small business owners claim an environmental impact study needed to be conducted. Right, so they're going to do that study, and it's just going to, fudge the numbers and get what they want to hear.
Right, so this congestion pricing, when this thing goes through, it's just gonna take more money from the people. It's just gonna make a further, you know, squeeze on the people of the city. Right, so we're gonna go into, let's see what time it is. Okay, it's 10. It's still, let's take the book of Second Esdras. Book of Second Esdras, chapter 6. The book of Second Esdras, chapter 6. Some places. This is the book of Second Esdras, chapter 6, verse 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. Right, so this congestion pricing is just going to create more of a squeeze in the supplies. Right, the trucks are going to have a harder time getting here. The trucks are going to start quitting. The truck drivers are going to start quitting their jobs. And then what's that going to do to the food? Right, the food is just going to go up. You know, right now eggs are $7. You know, and I guarantee you it'll probably be 10 by next year. It could very well become $10 for just a dozen eggs. You know, water. I just came here. I wanted to go buy some water. Water is $4. It's like, damn, man, the world is mostly water. You know, I know you only got a certain amount of fresh water, but still, you shouldn't be charging people for no water. You know, bottled water isn't even good for you anyway. You know, you're paying $4 for it, right? And the trumpet shall give a sound, which every man heareth, and shall suddenly be afraid. Right, at that time, right, Jacob's trouble. Right, let's start with Jacob's trouble. Shall friends fight one another against one another? Shall fight one another? Shall fight one against another like enemies? And the earth shall stand in fear of those that dwell therein. The springs of fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours it shall not run. So you're gonna have water famines as well. And so you're gonna have people fighting each other for food, people fighting each other for water. You know? You're gonna have people going back and forth fighting each other. You know, and it's only gonna get worse. You know, people really think that, you know, it's gonna be kumbaya and everything is gonna be good in this country, you know? It's clearly not the case. Right? No, we don't need to get into this. We get to Second Esdras 14. It's the book of Second Esdras, chapter 14. This is the book of Second Esdras, chapter 14, verse 10. For the world had lost its youth, and the times begin to wax old. Right, we're moving into this age. The age of Esau, Edom, the age of so-called white man is coming to an end. The age of Jacob is coming quickly to fruition. You know, which people don't believe it. They don't believe a world where so-called black men, the so-called Hispanic man, the so-called Native American men will be running things. They don't believe it will ever happen. You know, they don't believe in a world where they're not in power. Right? It's the book of Second Esdras, chapter 14, verse 18. Right? For the truth is fled far away, and the reason is hard at hand, and now hastens the vision to come which thou hast seen. They answered I before thee and said, Behold, Lord, I will go as thou hast commanded me unto the people which are present. But they shall be born afterward, and who shall admonish them? Thus the world set in darkness, they that dwell therein are without light. Right? You know, reincarnation and all that, right? You know, Ezekiel 37. But let me see, actually. No, we're gonna go back after the one thing. Right? Second chapter 14, verse 11. Actually, no, let's get down. Right, verse 14. Let go from thee mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, put off now the weak nature. Right? So you can't be in that weak headspace. You know, these people right now, they're in a weak headspace. They had one little earthquake and everyone starts bugging out. You know? Like I was chilling the entire time, you know? I wasn't bugging out, right?
This book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 14, verse 16. For yet greater evils than those that have seen shall be done hereafter. Right? So only evils are going to happen on this earth. You know, it's not going to get better. You know, people think that 2024 is going to be their year. 2025 is going to be their year. You know, to us, it's the hopeful year of the Lord's coming, and this place is going to get destroyed. You know, we're not hoping for anything good for this country. You know, this country gets worse year after year anyway. That's a fact. Verse 17, for look how much the Lord shall be wicked through age, so much the more evil shall increase upon them that dwell therein. You know, you're seeing all these robberies, you're seeing people getting attacked randomly. You know, it's only getting worse in the city. You know, people think it's going to be good, and they're going to have their year, and they're going to be able to do whatever they want. You know, people focusing on building careers and having this thing and that thing and getting a degree. You know, coming real soon when that martial law comes and the blackout comes, your degree is going to be a piece of paper. You're going to finally realize that your degree, your PhD, is nothing but a piece of paper, because no degree is going to be able to save you from getting robbed or attacked or getting jumped. You know, all you women out here, man, getting punched in the mouth, you know, where was your degree to save you then? Nope, they didn't do shit for you. You know? And that's the days that we're coming into. You know, your degrees and whatever shit you had in the world, whatever shit you thought you was in the world, that shit ain't gonna matter. Alright? So we're gonna go into country's precepts. And of course the people gonna laugh, the people gonna stare, the people gonna make fun of you. But you gotta keep pushing. You know?
Walked out of the bus and then I felt like one of my friends like getting on the bus to go home.
This shit's not working at all. Second, we're going to go into it. We're going to scriptures about how this is meant. You know, how we're moving towards the end times. You know, people aren't focusing on what they're supposed to be focusing on. You know, before someone almost bumped into you. That's what you gotta do. You gotta stay focused out here. Closer into me. Yeah, I'm seeing now I gotta start coming out here like 8 or something, because it's crowded by like 10. That's crazy. It was never like this before. But I'm gonna hurry up, try to wrap up here, try to go into everything and then get out. It's probably getting kind of crazy. So it's the book of yeah. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6. No, I don't want to get into that. Let's go into this. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9. Right, he answered me and then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when I see parts of the signs past that I've told thee before, then thou shalt understand it's every same time when the highest have been to visit the world which he made. Right, so we understand that the measuring stick is the scriptures. You know, that's how we go into it. The read like unto a rod. You know, it's all that. You know, and that's how we redeem these times. That's how we know we're close to the end. You know, we read the scriptures, we get into the news. You know, all hell is about to break loose tomorrow. You know, we can see what's gonna happen.
They're not bad.
You know, but something big is coming. You know, maybe, we don't know. We don't know, because tomorrow could happen and nothing could happen. You know, or something could happen.
you know. But at the end of the day, we just watch it, right? Verse 3. Oh, I forgot about this one. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars, the people in the world, right, which we already see, you know, earthquake here in NYC. You know, as I said, started in Jersey, and now we're gonna be dealing with aftershocks, or so they say. We may not even deal with anything. We don't know. You know, but we could. You know, I remember feeling. I think I felt an aftershock. I didn't feel the first one, but I felt a shaking later on. You know, I was just in the house. I already finished up my workout and everything, and I was chilling. You know, I don't even think I was watching videos. I think I was just chilling, just watching something, just watching TV or something, watching YouTube. I just remember shit shaking, and I was like, oh shit, you know. But you know, more shit is gonna happen to this city. You know, it's only gonna get worse. You know, they bring in all these National Guard troops, and you still have rampant homelessness across the city. You still have rampant crime, and ain't nothing gonna change. You know, ain't nothing gonna change. You know. Now I'm gonna go into this one because now I'm gonna change topics because I feel like talking about something else. You know, this earthquake stuff. You know, it happened. It's over with. There's nothing. I'm not gonna talk about the entire time. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 60, verse 2. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness to people, but the Lord shall rise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. Right, so there was much darkness in the earth before we came on the scene. You know, it was all evil. You know, no one was going through these scriptures. No one was running through these precepts. You know, until I think it's just Elder Abba Bivens came on the scene. You know, and then you know, now we got brothers out here. You know, we're pushing out the word, pushing out this truth. You know, we're coming out here, you know, week in and week out. But we don't skip, you know, camp days like you other camps do. You know, we just be out here. Go ahead and get this one real quick. Smoke over here. Oh, drip fire? It smells mad fucking smoky over here all of a sudden. I got Jeremiah 28 already. Let's go see if we can get like the Eagles. Isaiah. I don't know if it's 34 if I'm what I'm looking for, but let's see. Shake the hand. What is that scripture that says shake the hand? Yeah, I can go here. This is the book of Isaiah. This is what I'm forgetting. This book of Isaiah, chapter 54. Yeah, I saw 15. Book of Isaiah, chapter 54, verse 15. Behold, they shall certainly gather together, but not by me. Whosoever shall gather together against thee shall fall for thy sake. Exactly, that's what our people are doing. Our people, they gather against us. You know, they're always trying to go get us. They're always trying to, you know, make up a false accusation saying that, oh, these guys are this, these guys are that, these guys are criminals. They do this, they do that. You know. Yahushua prophesied that, you know, that we would be betrayed by friends, so-called friends, you know, family, you know. That's what's going to happen. These people are going to turn on you. You know, you're going to see our faces in the news, co-workers and whatever. Verse 16, behold, I've created the smith that bloweth the coals with fire, and that bringeth forth the instrument of his work, and I've created the wasters to destroy, right, which knows ICBMs. No weapon that's formed against thee shall prosper. And every time that shall rise against thee in judgment, thou shalt condemn. It's the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and the righteousness of me, saith the Lord. Right? And that's how you get that righteousness. Right? You got to follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. Right? 619. And we can't keep them to the best, keep them to the best of our ability, you know. And of course, the main thing is faith. But we don't be acting and following the ways of these other people. You know, all these parties and all the drugs and all this weird shit these people be doing. You know, we ain't following that garbage. You know, these people are just on party mode 24/7. That's why when earthquakes and when, you know, more shit happens, nuclear missiles and terror attacks happen, the people are going to be bugging out. You know, we're not going to be surprised at the end of the day. Let's see if I can find where this is. I think it's at the Acts, Romans, Corinthians, Galatians, Ephesians, Philippians, Colossians, Timothy. Let's see if I can find this. I'm about to look it up. Yeah, I'll go into this. This is the book of 2 Peter, chapter 3, verse 3. Right? Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lusts, and saying, where's the promises coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of creation. Right? So, you know, our people, they just scoff. You know, we come out here week in, week out, and you actually have people saying, oh, get off them streets, man. You don't need to be out there in them streets. You know, but they don't know these scriptures, man. Like, you know, Proverbs 1, we're commanded to come out here and speak. You know? Yeah. It's the book of Isaiah chapter 28, verse 9. Right? Yeah. Is it 28:9? To whom shall I teach knowledge, and whom shall I make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast. And we know that's the elect. By living scriptures. The precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line upon line, here a little and there a little, right? That's how you bring out the scriptures. You got to move from place to place. You can't just stick in one place to get the full understanding. To whom he said, this is the rest wherewith you may cause the world to rest. Right? Yeah, for stand lips and other tongue, we speak unto his people, right? Because we're not going to speak perfectly on this side, right? When we speak a different tongue, we don't speak Hebrew. Right? So when we said this is the rest with you because the glory to rest. Right? This is the refreshing, yet they would not hear. Exactly. Because our people don't want to hear. They don't want to get the refreshing. They don't want to get their minds moved. You know, only the 1/3, the elect remnant, they want to get the truth. But everyone else, they look at us like we're crazy. You know, and the thing is, the things that we talk about isn't really that crazy. You know, we know about Russia releasing those icons, you know, showing the so-called, you know, black Jesus. You know, his name is Yahushua. There's no black Yahushua, just Yahushua. He's already a dark-skinned man. No need to attach black to it, you know, to him. You know, and people are bugging out over it. You know, people bugging out that they found out that Jesus was never a white man to begin with. You know, now you got all these, you know, white guys coming out here saying, oh, well, Jesus isn't white, but he was a copper tone. Like he was an Arab or something. No, he wasn't, man. He was a so-called black man of the tribe of Judah. You know, people are just so ridiculous with this stuff. They believe that it's impossible for there to be so-called black people in Africa. When meanwhile, Babylon was founded by Cushites. By Cushite, which is Nimrod. You know? And eventually the Assyrians came and took over, but it was started by your Hamites. You know, those are dark-skinned people right there. Right? People don't get it. Right, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 30, verse 1. Go to God's children, say the Lord, I take counsel, but not of me, that cover with the covenant, but not of my spirit, that may add sin to sin. And that's what people do. You know? They just keep following out these different ways. This book of Jeremiah, chapter 2. Right? And, you start ahead. This will be the last thing we'll bring out. And then I'm going to close out. You know, I'm gonna dip out of here, man. Well, you guys can hear that at all, but I'll read it again. It's the Jeremiah. Let's say what I said again. And I'm gonna, this lesson will bring out
Right? It's the book of Jeremiah to the 2 verse 27, saying to a stock thou art my father, and to a stone that brought me forth, talking about the wicked of our people. For I turned their back unto me, and not their face. In the time of the trouble, they will say, arise and save us. Right? And that's how people are going to be doing. You know, when trouble comes, they're going to be saying, oh, save us, save us. You know, in the time of the trouble, they're going to be looking for men like me, men that will teach them the truth. And I'm not going to tell you anything, man. I ain't going to be here to be able to tell you that. You know? And saying to a stock and to a stone, now my father, right? The Kaaba stone, all these heathen traditions, right? Let's skip down, verse 29. Wherefore will you plead with me? You all transgress against me, saith the Lord. In vain have I smitten your children. They received no correction. Your own sword hath devoured your prophets like a destroying lion. Right? So as it was back then, so it will be like that again. You know, back then they killed the prophets. Now again in these days, they're gonna come against us as well. You know, you see your name on the news, your face in the news. Why? Because you're bringing out the 100% truth. If this was something that wasn't true, people wouldn't bug out over it. If it was like, oh, you guys are crazy, then no one would bug out over it. You know, but people are bugging out over it. You know, people are saying, you know, they always got a thing to say about us bringing out these scriptures, right? Like I already brought out when they saw that the dark skin images of Yahushua, they were like, oh no, we'll use a copper tone. They always got something to say, man, always. But I'm gonna close out, right? I'm gonna take off these gloves. Hat's already off, stays off, right? You say Kawaii Mo Yehovah Bashimo Shah Bashimo Kakudash. Double NCLs and Apostle GMS, great minister, and do and teach well. I'm gonna close out and say Shalom to you brothers. Hey, was that Shopper? Hey, Shalom, Mark. Shalom, I didn't see that. Shalom to you, Mark. You know? But he's gone now, but water to that brother for checking in. And shalom to all the brothers out there.